KB, man, and I got my two boys with me, man. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
Yes, sir. It's the guy, Foolish Ty, in the motherfucking building. You already know what it is,
yes,
man.
Yes, Lord, man. What's up, man?
You know what I'm saying? It's Soze, Flo Pesci, Rap Leitner. You know what I'm saying?
Talk that shit.
Mr. One of Them Ones.
Mr. One of Them Ones.
Glad
yes,
to be back.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Happy
Welcome
to have
back,
you
my
back,
brother.
bro.
Welcome back, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But today I'm especially excited, bro, because we got our man in the building, bro. Lil Douzy, man. Everybody give it up.
Sir.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the studio, man. Welcome to the studio.
Welcome in, my brother.
Yes, sir. Definitely happy to have you on, man.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Before we get into the shit, man, go ahead and cheers up, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, this is episode 10, man. We definitely appreciate y'all streaming live. You know what I'm saying? Episode
Shit,
10,
sir.
man. We on that shit.
I have not been counting.
I know, right? Thankfully for us, you know what I'm saying, James keep track of all
Shout
that.
out- shout out
to
James.
James.
I've been counting. No way.
Facts. But yeah, Douzy, man, we're definitely happy to have you in the fucking stew, man. So tell us a little bit about, you know, where you're from, you know what I'm saying, where you grew up and your like upbringing.
Shit. So I'm originally from Boston. Born and raised. I wouldn't say raised out throughout all my years, growing up, but grew up a little bit in Canada as well.
What part of Canada?
Montreal.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that, remind me of where that, because I know like Canada's split into provinces and shit, right? So like, is
I know where Quebec is.
Yeah. So
you
this
know what I'm saying? Canada, mystery.
So that right under New York, ain't it?
huh?
It's above New York.
Toronto's
I mean right above. That's what
Toronto's right above New York. I know that.
Toronto's right above.
Toronto's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So like Montreal's like deep in Canada. Like more up
not deep. Like from Boston to Canada, like it's literally a 6-hour drive.
Oh, word?
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
Shit, I
so
didn't
it's
know
like
that.
north of Maine.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It ain't-
Okay.
it ain't
So it's on the
it ain't
opposite.
far.
So it's on that side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like it's like going here to South Padre.
Okay,
pretty
bet.
much. Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
What age were you when you moved to Canada?
When I moved to Canada, shit. So I was born in Canada in '98. Shit, I left when I was like 3. So 2001, 2002, I think is when I ended up going to Canada, and I was there till like my sixth grade year.
Oh shit.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
That is crazy.
And the way the school process works over there, like it's way different.
It's probably way better, right?
It Bro, it's complicated because the way they have it
Y'all
set
niggas
up,
use the metric system and shit.
like the way they have it set up,
Meters.
like so 6th grade, would it be 6th grade? Yeah, like 6th grade, 7th grade, like that's technically high school.
Oh shit.
That's technically like the start of your freshman year.
Like age wise, like
Exactly.
you like around 13.
Right.
Crazy,
Okay.
bro.
Right. It's completely different.
Damn.
Like
Yeah.
and
So
then-
when do you graduate?
good question.
Like what's the last year?
I think what it is, so what they have it considered as is secondary, like the way
okay.
Mhm.
So secondary 1, 2, and 3. So I think from what I remember, secondary 3
Is like
is
graduation.
it's the graduation. So that's technically like 9th grade.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
technically
Yeah,
9th grade,
That's
and
crazy.
then but it's crazy because that's why there's a lot of young folks that are already in
In college.
in college or just in the big leagues and shit.
Right,
Type
right,
shit
right.
at
Like-
a much younger age. So like, was
Exactly.
it how much of a culture shock was it coming from that to
Bro.
like Texas?
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
Like shit,
'Cause
even
You
Boston
came
in
straight
between
to
that.
Texas?
Huh?
You came straight to Texas?
Nah. So from that point, that's when I after my 6th grade year, I came to Boston.
Oh,
Came
okay.
back to Boston.
Okay.
But bro, like it was different, bro. Like that's why I was like, folks be like, damn, you don't got an accent. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Right.
I mean, it's different because it's like,
But
bro,
you spent a lot of time in Canada.
facts. Like Canada, like I picked up on their
Yeah.
accent, bro. This
Right.
shit's completely different.
Right.
Going into Boston from my 7th grade year to my junior year of high school, like I picked up more of my accent through there, and then that's when I came down here.
But you don't even have a Boston accent to me though.
I mean,
Yeah, facts.
it depends. Like if I'm with folks that from the east side and shit.
When I met you, dog, I thought you was from fucking Austin. I was
Wait,
like,
wait.
You thought he was gonna be all
No,
like,
no.
have it yet?
But that's the thing. But that's the thing though. Like me being here for the past 7 years is like I kind of
Well, you can claim
inherited.
it now. Yeah,
Yeah. You know what I mean?
True.
But shit, like just what I just said, like what I mean.
Yeah.
That's some shit like we say in Boston, or like there's a lot of words, accents and shit that you might hear me like you might
Type
pick up
shit.
on as I get into
type
this.
shit.
But yeah.
Facts.
Okay. When you start getting into music? Like what age? Like as far as like listening to music, like as far as finding like music that you enjoy.
Like just listening to music or like starting.
No,
to
like
make music?
yeah, like just like listening to music, like I mess with this artist or like.
I say definitely.
At what point did you fall in love with it? And I think what he's trying to ask is like, at what point did it hit you that like this is what you wanted to do based off of the artist that you were listening to at the time?
Well, shit, my uncle would always like, you know, shit, my uncle and my freaking aunt, like they would put me on the freaking Kanye, Jay-Z, Drake, you know what I mean? Sure. And then my aunt, she would always listen to Nicki, and you know what I mean, growing up through that, like, you know, that's. I think it was like my seventh grade year, like seventh grade year, you know, that's when I started like, you know, figuring out what my taste was for music and
type shit. Okay.
And, you know, I just kept picking up on that shit as the years started to go along. And I think my junior year, like, you know, I started like the specific artists I listened to, like, you know, they started to become more meaningful towards like, you know, like my life and shit, like, you know what I mean?
No, facts.
And that's when everything started to make sense. I was like, damn, like I relate to this shit. You know what I mean? Like
that's how I am with like every like, cause I'm a big Drake fan.
Yeah.
Right? So like every project that like he's ever dropped, I know exactly where I was when he dropped that, as well as like any Lil Wayne album and even like Kanye and Future. Like those are artists that.
I have a question for you about Drake. What do you think is his? Which of all his albums that he released, which one do you think is the best one?
Views. Without a doubt.
Yeah,
it's the most diverse, and it's the most, in terms of like just cohesiveness, top to bottom.
Yeah.
The features, the everything, bro. I think it's
that's one of my least favorites.
Really?
What?
That's
my second.
Hits.
That's my second favorite. But
that's your second favorite, bro?
I like If You're Reading This Too Late.
Ooh, If You're Reading This Is Too Late. It's
bro,
crazy.
nothing was the same as Drake's best album.
When I first heard Legend, bro, I think
I'll never forget where I was, bro.
So I was in Boston, right? This is during the winter time, and it was
February.
Yeah, and we
cold
had
as shit.
Bro, this is around time where there was like a whole blizzard and shit. You know what I mean? Me and the homies, like, you know,
it wasn't that cold down here, my boy.
Nah, bro, but like me and the homies, like we had you know, we just go house to house and like, you know, just start like, you know, asking folks, hey, you need us to shovel your driveway and shit. $20, you know what I mean? Real talk, bro. Like, bro, we made at least like a good band off of that shit, but. It was like,
damn, niggas was running it up.
Bro, we was running it up, bro. We was trying to
small business owner.
We couldn't,
bro. I'm an entrepreneur.
We couldn't get a job out there, so it's like, you know, we got to make it work. And
no, absolutely.
The winter time was the best time to make money. And,
absolutely.
And bro, like I came across that shit and shit. Heard he had a new album coming out, and I think was that the first.
No, that was a surprise album.
That was a surprise.
Yeah, it dropped randomly.
Yeah,
out of nowhere,
bro.
But yeah, as soon as you hit play, bro, that's the first song that played.
No, facts,
bro, Legend. That shit just went on repeat. I was just like, bro, this shit's like
with the vibe and like the weather, like that's. And I feel like artists like that, bro, definitely know how to tap into that.
Facts.
I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I mean. They know how to tap into that.
To that,
you know what I'm saying?
Bro. Like it just that shit just like touched me like sonically, bro. I was like, yo, like, what the fuck?
Right. So who would you say are like your main influence, or who were your main influences like growing, like once you figured out that like you actually fell in love with like music, who do you take your inspiration from?
For the shit, say a specific artist, definitely I'd go with Drake. You know what I mean?
Understandable.
Cause he I don't know, bro. Like it's just a lot of shit that he talks about. You know, kind of resonates with what I got going on in my life right now, shit. In my 100%. Past and shit. And I'm just like, damn, like it makes sense now. You feel me?
He says a lot of shit that I feel like niggas don't want to say out loud. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
Exactly. He says it for us.
Exactly, because bro, and that's why that's what makes me fuck with that type of artist, because like, you know, he's able to vent. You know what I mean? Right. The way he uses music, it's
authentic. Yeah,
exactly. Like, you know, the shit that I go through, or you know, certain situations, like I
put it out in the
music. Using that shit as therapy. Like I'm just like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, you know, if you're going through a certain adversity in your life, you're just like, yo, like, fuck, you know what I mean? I can't. Facts. I don't want to take this shit to the therapist because this is not. They're not gonna understand it. You know what I mean? Right. So it's like let me just
that
take
music gonna explain it for me, bro. Like I was in high school when like Take Care dropped, right? But like, or even nothing and even like Nothing Was the Same too. Mm-hmm. But like those songs, like even though as young men, like your emotions in your brain isn't fully developed, bro. It's like how do they tap into that, bro, to like really make you feel that shit, bro. Like that shit got me through some shit. And like Drake isn't the only artist that does that.
I named my top 3, so I don't got to know that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nothing Was the Same. Views and if you're reading this, those are my top 3. So shit.
I think for me, Nothing Was the Same. Take Care, and then
an honorable mention has to be Scorpion, bro. In my opinion,
a lot of folks don't like Scorpion.
No, I actually like Scorpion though.
No, I actually like Scorpion.
Scorpion has some vibes.
And the place where y'all gonna get skewered isn't for fourth being Scorpion. It's that people will be like, "Damn, y'all didn't say Take Care yet."
Right. No, I said like, Take Care too.
I mean, Take Care is in the top 3 for me.
Yeah, y'all know my opinion. I just think Take Care was great at the time. It just sound dated now. Like some of the beats just sound too 2010, 2011.
Really?
Yeah.
Whereas,
but like, I still jam out to like.
But like beats from If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. Nothing Was the Same in Views. Yeah. You can't hear those beats and think anything else. You can't think no year it came out in. You just hear that beat. And you know it's that album's beat.
This is why I say Scorpion. This is why I say Scorpion is an honorable mention for me because like, bro, the first time I heard Nice for What,
Scorpion kind of does the same thing,
bro. The first time I heard Nice for What,
I had that shit on repeat.
And what was the other one, bro? It was Nice for What, and he had
talking about like as far as singles.
Yeah, like God's Plan.
God's
Plan.
No,
like
bro,
Scorpion has to be in the for me. It has to be in the top 5, bro. I just. And granted, like he switched it up mid album. Like I feel like he turned it in, and then all that shit happened. So we had to kind of rework some shit. But if it wasn't for him having to rework the album, I think it would probably be better than.
But I still like the songs that he threw on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like the songs that he had to switch up for. I still enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But no, that's in terms of like artists and stuff like that. Like I'm a big fan of like how we were talking about Nope, right? Off camera. Like I'm a big fan of like concepts, right? So walk us through the concept of your last release in 2021.
2021, Different Winter. Yeah. So
walk us through the concept, because to me, right, it sounds like how me and you were just talking. Like it was like it sounds like a moment, right? And like you're progressing through that moment. So like kind of walk us through that concept and like how that album kind of came to be.
So like, bro, pretty much like, you know, going through that whole process and shit, like. That whole little mixtape, bro, like that, none of that was planned, you know what I mean? It was just, like I said, going through different adversities, you know what I mean? In that point of time to where it's just like, you know, I just had shit to get off my chest, you know what I mean? Like, and you know, at that time, you know, I was just, you know, I was just, like, I'm 24 now, you know what I mean? And going from 23, 22, like, you know, I was just going through that phase where it's just like, you know, trying to figure out what is it that I want in life or where I'm trying to get towards. And, you know, also with reflecting with the past and shit, you know what I mean? Like traumas and shit. And with all those, like, coming into one, it's just like, you know, you're just all over the place and shit. And yeah, bro, like, with the relationships, you know, it's like all that in one. I was just pretty much
the big thing. Bro.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
The big one.
Like that was a heavy element throughout that one, bro. Because I'm sitting there listening to it, and I'm the type. First of all, I think anybody who listens to albums for the first time on shuffle are weird. Yeah. So like I listen to it front to back, and that's definitely one of those like themes as far as like those relationships. Yeah. And it's crazy how that shit can shape like
facts
a fucking work of art. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm truly, bro. Like I'm a fan of that shit. No, that shit is dope.
Bro, like
that's like in my lane type shit. Like that's right up my alley.
Put them on.
Like I don't like bro. Like when I make like a project, bro. Like I don't make it to, you know what I mean, to catch the attention of the audience. You know what I mean? Like I make it to where it's like, you know, you're gonna feel what I gotta say. You know what I mean? And every aspect of all my issues that I got going on and that I'm trying to fix. You know what I mean? And that's where it was. You know, that's where it started. You know what I mean? Like. I just
using that shit as a tool.
Exactly, using that as a tool, or you know, I use like me, like right now how I think of this is like me, you know, venting this all through. You know what I mean? When I come back to this similar situation, like I know what I got to do to get through this shit. You know what I mean? Like this is just like my therapy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For
So
sure.
like that's pretty much how I view it. You know, personally. But bro, like, you know, throughout that whole process and shit, like, you know, it just made sense on, you know, how I was going about it. And yeah, I had my homie, what's his name? Austin Nicoles, D 3 times, like, bro, like TJ Dank, like, bro, they was just sending me beats and shit, and it was just, you know, that one thing about when it comes to making music
shout out
and
to
shit.
Austin Nichols.
No, yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, man, bro.
TJ Dank, shout out.
You
shout
feel
out
me?
them boys.
Hey, them folks know what they doing. And
My
shit,
question is, when did you start making music, and were you like writing beforehand?
That's a good question.
Shit, that is a good question.
Cause
I
your
mean,
your pen game is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
It is, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
For real.
like at the time when I first started and shit. So, Big Bro, I'm not sure if y'all ever heard of him.
Shout out, Big Bro.
Yeah, shout out my homie Big Bro. No, he down in Houston right now. But yeah, like we just started, like, you know, we weren't really serious about it. You know what I mean? Like music
For
was.
the people who don't know, explain who Big Bro is.
Yeah, Big Bro. You know what I mean? It's an artist I started off doing the music with. Bro's a dope artist. You know what I mean? He just what was his recent release that he has right now? Don't Matter.
Okay.
Don't Matter. He has a track.
I was thinking, like, as far as like albums, it was Bro to Bro, right?
Yeah, Bro to Bro.
Okay.
Yeah, Bro to Bro. And he also just made the track. What's called a track with Quinn and Finn.
Yeah.
Slide.
Ooh, shout out to Quinn, man. Yeah. I need that interview, Quinn.
The track with Quinn is on that album.
Yeah, we in the video.
I need
too.
that. I need that.
No,
interview,
facts. We in the video.
But yeah, like pretty much, you know, from when we started, like, you know, we was working at Salt Lake. The Salt Lake over down in Round Rock, and it's funny how everything worked out, you know, the way it did. But yeah, we was at Salt Lake, bro, and like, bro would always do, you know, he would always be rapping in the back and shit.
Right.
After I get done busting, he was you know, he'd be washing the dishes and shit, like, you know, and
y'all were just fucking around with it.
We was just fucking around and shit, and you know, he's like, bro, you got a speaker? And I was just, bro, I had my speaker. It was the JBL Extreme, and I just put in the back, and you know, folks outside in the dining room, like, you know, they're eating and shit, but they can't hear nothing.
Right.
So, you know, me and the whole crew,
y'all in there getting lit.
yeah, bro. We just in the back, we just in the huddle and shit, just you know, freestyling and shit. And with my ass, bro, like, I'm always just trying to, you know, think of some like bars and shit, some heavy bars, you know. Right. And I was like, Lil Wayne is someone I used to, like, you know, grow up listening to as well. And his bars is like something where it's like, damn, like, it shit hit me, you know. So
some of his shit I didn't get until goddamn 10 years later.
Dude, same with me. Like, I got on with him from listening to Drake. You know what I mean? So
that's interesting.
No, yeah, because I'm the other way around.
Right. Yeah. Well, I feel like most people are.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
That's
facts.
crazy.
Like when Forever came.
But you got to think. I think people underestimate how southern of an artist only Lil Wayne was for a majority of his career, right?
Because prior to 2008, he wasn't really like.
It's not a lot of people outside of like Texas, Louisiana, like Alabama, Mississippi,
Florida,
that even really knew Wayne was a hot boy, and or could name 3 hot boy songs, right? And then especially 500 Degrees or like a Block is Hot, you know what I mean? Like any of those. You liable to not even
whatever,
right? Like a lot of people minds would be blown if you told them Wayne got an album before the Carter One.
No facts.
They'd be like, what?
What are you talking about? Like, bro.
So I can see that, especially him spending so much time up north.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like, bro, like just growing up, listening to this shit, bro. Like, he just, you know what I mean? His
plus Douzy is younger than us.
Yeah,
that's a factor as well.
Yeah, like.
But he said what, 24?
24 now, yeah.
That's like 2-3 years. So he arguably came up with Wayne, right?
True.
Whereas like we kind of had that buffer before Wayne was Wayne, right?
Right.
So it's the same thing. Like it's just he probably just being in the north. I would imagine. I mean, Drake.
The sounds are just different.
So,
yeah.
What was big out there in Boston at the time?
What time frame we talking?
Like
about?
while you growing up in Boston, like before you came down here to Texas, I'm sure you was introduced
and
to
how different was it from
music.
Canada?
Right. Shit, Canada. That's.
It's a lot of like international music. Like they listen to like
a bunch of house music and shit.
House music.
There's listening to shit like freaking what's that one song? Fucking Gummy Bear and shit, bro. Like
okay,
bro, like stupid shit, like,
Word?
like, but you know what I mean. Drake was a big factor. That's why, like, you know, like Drake's from Canada, so it made sense, and that's when I first discovered Forever, and that's why I discovered Wayne too. You know what I mean? Kanye, every single one of them, bro, and I was just like. Damn, this shit's fire. And I was heavy into basketball too, so you know, getting to see watch the video.
Because I was on the
LeBron movie.
It was
fire documentary.
It was on the LeBron movie soundtrack.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it was also on
the Sprite commercials,
the Eminem DLC.
And then Drake had the Sprite commercial, and it was a whole thing.
Yeah. It's funny how like all that shit worked out, bro. Cause like,
did you know Drake from Degrassi? You watched Degrassi?
I never watched Degrassi, bro.
Really?
Yeah, I never did. I heard folks always talking about it, but
nah, because he went to Degrassi. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's crazy.
Nah, bro. But yeah, the way it happened and shit, bro. Like, we was I remember I was in class and. You know, there was a couple folks like they was just watching videos, going through YouTube and shit.
Right.
And kind of like how kids nowadays just go through TikTok and just watch the
scroll
videos.
Shit.
Yeah. And you know, they came across that Drake the Forever video, and you know, I was listening to it. I was like, oh, yo, this shit's live.
Yeah, that's your hard.
And then, bro, like, ever since like, you know, that shit catch my attention.
That kind of sparked your interest.
Yeah, bro. And I was just like, bro, I'll just like learn the lyrics like motherfucker, bro. I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna learn this shit. You know what I mean? This shit's fire. Like,
and it's crazy because at that time when you got introduced to him. The shit that had made me a fan was like some shit that he had made probably 6-7 years before that.
Yeah. Right.
Because what made me, I mean,
for me it was Ransom.
For me,
I remember you played Ransom in the locker room.
Yeah, that's
remember that.
I think, Lil Wayne was so perfect for the time he came up in.
Facts.
Because he came up in that LimeWire, YouTube. Right, like almost SoundCloud before SoundCloud, right?
Facts.
Era of music where, like, prior to that era, you heard that shit if you was at the club, or if you were too young to be at the club, you heard that shit on the radio,
right?
Or you saw it on MTV when they played the videos,
right?
That was like it,
yeah,
right? Or he opened up for somebody at a show you went to, but at a club, right?
Right.
Lil Wayne came up in that generation where, like, you could click on somebody's MySpace page. And the song they got pinned today, it's like
Lollipop or some shit,
right? You never heard of before, and they go to a YouTube video, and you go down the rabbit hole back when YouTube was limited, right? Like, so like he kind of like birthed that era of like.
Yeah,
and he was so
he was definitely part of that era.
He has so many different mixtapes and so many different freestyles. And sometimes one of his songs will get released 3 or 4 different times with 3 or 4 different verses. Like, it's another Millie out there.
Right.
It is.
Right. Yeah, there is.
With like another couple different verses.
That album leaked before it even dropped.
Bro, the Carter 3 leaked a week before, and this was prior to streaming, bro. And it still did
was on Carter 3. That's what I'm saying. He leaked before it dropped.
He blew up in the leak era, like, and
which is crazy.
I think
back when you had to buy albums, that's insane.
He sold 1 million on an album that people had already heard for 2 weeks,
bro.
And that speaks to like that greatness, because like you said, he had so many different projects prior, like
and now you can't even.
He's the god of the mixtape era, bro. Like,
absolutely.
Now you can't even really.
I mean, there's a few others.
It's not. It's not the same.
Yeah, it's really not.
He nobody will do. The throat. Nobody will do what Get Rich or Die Trying or like Carter 3 did in the day, because it's just viewed so differently now. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Scorpion probably the closest we've had, and like. It's hard to even judge that shit.
But whenever you take those streaming numbers and equal that to physical sales,
it's hard to do, because you have to try and determine how
many streams equals one album sales,
right?
type shit.
Like, it's so easy for me, somebody that like I could be a country music fan and paid my $15 a month to Apple Music, so I have access to country music, right?
It's 1081, but go ahead.
and still pulled Apple Music.
I know because they pulled that shit out of my account today, nigga. Like you talking about, bro?
He's not lying.
But like, still pulled Apple Music or Spotify up on a Friday night. And been like, what's this new Drake album?
Right.
And listen through that shit. But that person wasn't going to spend $20 at Best Buy to get the Drake album.
Right. Facts.
True.
That's what's different compared to now and back then and shit, bro. We was actually, you know what I mean? Like, nowadays, especially with the record labels and shit, bro, it's like, you know, you got to have those supporters that are going to invest money, even though they know there's an iTunes, there's Apples, there's all these other shit, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you got to have those specific supporters that you know that's going to help invest. Like, hey, can you buy my album?
But see, I don't even think, at least you're an artist, so like I'm from the outside looking in. I don't think it would necessarily take those quote unquote supporters because what Soze was saying in the era of like streaming,
right?
You had to actually like the labels had to push your shit to make it spin. You know what I'm saying? Nationally Now you can post a link and everybody in the world with a fucking phone in their hands can see it. You know what I'm saying?
Also to add on to that, right? Like in the more traditional era, like when we were way younger, it was really like you did shows. You might do a TRL appearance or two.
Yeah.
You might be on the
106 and Park.
You're gonna be on the radio getting spins.
Right.
And you
MTV Unplugged.
And you're going to be doing those. Remember, we would all geek out when we hear, like, this is Drake, and you're listening to 93.7.
Type shit.
Even though that motherfucker had a binder full of, like, ones that's getting paid. But nowadays, like, you don't even, you have all that still. Like, it's still people to listen to radio, trust me.
Right.
But also, like, TikTok is paying crazy to the artists that let their songs get used for all the challenge videos. So, like, not only are the content creators getting paid, when the content creators get paid for videos, the song that's in that video gets royalties, but that's a whole nother revenue stream. And then you got Instagram, Snapchat, like all those exist at the same time.
And that opens up because like before we went live, we were talking about how structured contracts and shit were, bro. I think now with all the stuff that you just said with the social media and shit, now it's like the artist doesn't really need that, which is like. I'm glad that we're in
though.
But no, like they need the socials, but in terms of like the label and like the backing from said label, I don't really think they need that as much.
They need the same thing from that label that they needed back then when they was trying to get on the radio. You want that slot on the radio? You want that front page slot on TikTok?
And
anybody could get it. Fully could get it right now for his video, but it costs money. And it costs a lot of money. Right? You know who has a lot of money?
The labels.
These record labels. That's why I was telling him earlier. It's like, do you want them to finance an album, or do you just want them to help get you placement and recognition?
Just blow shit up.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why like those independent artists would like go to labels.
Yeah.
But like, getting back to Douzy.
Yeah.
When as far as when did you start writing, and then like what is your creative process, man?
Honestly, shit, what year is it? I think it's like 2018 when I was at Temple College. It was like my first semester there. Like, you know, there wasn't shit to do over there and shit. You know what I mean? And this is after, you know, Salt Lake and all that. You know, after playing around with the music, and you know, we ended up going.
Is that when you like started actually putting out music? 2018?
Nah, I ain't done. Oh. 2017.
2017? Okay. Yeah, so you actually already had some songs.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, like, you know, we was at Temple College and shit, and I had a homie we used to hoop with and shit. Like, he used to be in the music and shit, and yeah, like the same shit that we was doing when we was at Salt Lake in the background, just
was doing over there
shit
too.
We was doing over there too. But then, like, you know,
good times, bro.
From that point, that's where we took it a little serious. We was like,
okay,
you know what? I want to like kind of see what what my thoughts can bring out. Like, you know, what can I bring? Can I do a whole song type shit?
Yeah.
And yeah, like, you know, we was like, hey, I'm gonna do a song. You do a song to this beat. You do a song to this beat. You know what I mean? This was just going on YouTube and all that.
That's dope.
And yeah, like we just write, and you know, I just start spitting and shit, and I'd be like, shit, how does it sound? And then he's like, bro, shit sound dope. And then we just take turns and shit.
Right.
And yeah, bro, like this is around the time when, like, you know, I was still hooping and I was trying to walk on at Temple College.
Okay.
And school, like, you know, the class and all that wasn't really for me.
Real time consuming and shit.
Right. I was really only there to walk on and get into the team in order to, like, you know what I mean?
Right, type shit.
So once that didn't go as planned, that's where, like, you know, I already found an interest for something else, which was, you know, the music.
Right.
And from that point, that's when once the semester ended, I went back home and shit, and I tapped in with bro again. He was like, "Hey, I got a studio over like down in Burnett, and it was a beat kitchen." Okay. And bro, that's
shout out to Beat Kitchen.
Fact, shout out to Beat Kitchen, man.
Yeah.
So
they shut it down now.
Yeah, that's what I say. RP to Beat Kitchen.
What's up?
But like, so is your creative process, is it kind of like that Lil Wayne effect where like you hear a beat, you go in and you rap it, and then you kind of go in and correct, or is it
so going into that? That's another thing I wanted to mention. So like, you know, so I've been doing the music for 6 years, right? But I started taking it more serious like the past like 3-4 years. So
one question though, real fast. Did you start taking it serious because the artists that were blowing up at the time, or was it just something internally?
It was at first. I would say it would be because of the artists blowing up at the time, and then it became something internally. Okay, you know what I mean? Okay. Where it's just like, now I know how to be an artist. I know how to make a song. You know what I mean? Right. Like I know how to make a song. I know how to create. Right. And you know,
it's not just freestyling in the kitchen.
Exactly. Yeah, we came a long way from freestyling at the table.
Oh, real talk. And from that point, that's where I was just like, you know, like, to the point where I was just like, you know what? Like I feel like I can dive in, digging deeper with this shit. You know what I mean? I can actually talk about shit that, you know, past traumas and shit that I don't really talk about with other folks and shit, you know. You know what I mean? Cause that's one thing about me in the music. Like I'll talk about, you know, certain things I can't talk about in person. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why I use the music for, like, you know.
It's therapy.
And I think that's really common in our community. So I mean, that's perfectly normal.
Exactly. And going into that creative process, like that's, you know, like the past 4 years and shit, that's where I really started to like figure out how I wanted to sound, you know what I mean? Trying to find my sound was the main thing, and, you know, finding my rhythm and finding my, you know, what I say, my bars and shit, like everything, you know, trying to master all four of those, master every single one of those things to the point where it's like, yo, like I got it down now, you know what I mean?
This dude be sending me bars and be like, this, does that make sense?
Right.
Like, this motherfucker is calculated, bro.
No, bro. Yeah, I was just about to say that too. It sounds like you're it sounds like you're structured, but like also within that structure is a lot of like calculations, bro. It's a lot of minor things that you But like that's dope, because like, you know what I'm saying, I feel like that brings out the best in an artist, because a lot of artists, I feel like a lot of bigger artists now, because how you were talking about with this past Drake album, he's just putting shit out just to put shit out. Right. I feel like a lot of artists kind of lose that along the way. So it's refreshing to kind of see that in an artist.
And that's what I was gonna say, dive into too. It's like, you know, before with the music, like I'll just like, you know, just speak on it. You know what I mean? Just talk about, like, you know, past situations and shit. But, you know, now that I'm in the aspect of, you know, viewing how the industry is, and, you know, me trying to, you know, form a business out of this shit, like, you know, that I'm starting to, I jumped into that lane where it's like, you know, I gotta think deeper, you know what I mean? Absolutely. Where it's like, you know, like I put myself in a perspective of the audience, and what they hear, what do they look for when they're listening to music, from the melody to the rhythm to the, you know, everything, you know what I mean? And that's where I put myself in. And, you know, right now I'm just trying to get deep with the bars and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, from what he was saying, like, you know, when I be shooting in bars and shit, I was like, shit, what you think about this shit? Too deep with it, you know what I mean? And, like, you know, for instance, like this right here, this is what I sent you. I was like, I don't need two of you just to tell if you're a W. You know what I mean? I don't need two of you just to tell if you're a W.
W.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's like, you feel me?
You know what I'm saying? I fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? I'm here.
Like, just trying to, that's the lane I'm trying to get to, but, you know, that's like, it's like bro, it's like a puzzle, bro. You trying to put the puzzle together, and
it's like playing Scrabble, but
exactly,
and with music, you know what I'm saying?
Real talk. So it's like putting those bars together with, also trying to figure out the melody, the rhythm, and then the right beat. Like it's all,
and then putting that all into one project, and using all of that to create that concept.
Facts.
Which what happened? What did he do?
Playing with the damn.
Nah, he caught me looking crazy.
No, you good, bro.
Cause I picked it up and I felt the top was loose and I thought it was because this thing was on it, so I took that off of it so that it wouldn't fucking
I
spill.
did the same shit. Yeah, I did the same.
But then I was like, maybe I need to put this shit back on it.
I did the same shit last week.
He caught me trying to put this shit back on.
Truly wild behavior, bro.
No, but
that's funny.
Yeah, like when it came to that shit, bro. Like I feel like that's like when you mentioned about how does my creativity process work. Like that's pretty much how it is. Like trying to form all my thoughts, the situation. Like what was that one song where I think it was on Views where Lil Wayne was just in the background. He's like, I need a beat, I need a producer, I need.
No, that's if you're reading this too late.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all that shit. Like I'm just like that's how I think. You know what I mean?
Type shit.
Like I need to make sure I have something that's gonna speak to me before I speak on it. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I like that.
That's how.
Say that again for the people in the back,
you know what I
bro.
mean? The beat. You need something that's gonna speak to you before you speak on it. It can't just be. You know what I mean? Like. It can't be some shit like we know you can rap and shit, but if you don't feel that shit for you, then you know what I mean. It's other folks won't feel it the way you feel it. You know what I mean. So you gotta make sure you got something that's talking to you before you talk on it.
Facts.
Constructing the song, no, for real.
Yeah.
For real. Like,
and that kind of brings me into like the next project because what I was saying before, how a different winter feels like a moment. Yeah. I feel like Timeless Love was like almost a sequel,
right?
Is that accurate or?
So yeah. It's like I was saying, like it's just how do I say, like it's a feeling, different emotions and shit. You know what I mean? Like with a different winter, it's different emotions, but like in more of the, I don't want to say in the negative side, or it's where it's like what I mean. It
was almost like in that second project, Timeless Love. You kind of like. You kind of addressed those quote unquote emotions, and you were just kind of like, you know what I'm saying, fuck it, like
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I got from it compared to
a different winter. You know what I'm saying? And in Timeless Love, that's where I was like, I just started diving into it to where I was just like, like these are like good emotions that I'm speaking on. You know what I mean? And talking about different situations. Like the female like it just
winter the sad shit and then Timeless Love,
right? It's like the triumphant, it's like the triumphant, like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck all that shit, yeah.
Like how you was talking about, like how you was talking about on the like Nice for What type shit, you know what I mean? Just
that triumphant, upbeat,
exactly.
I fuck with that,
and it's like. Yes, it's a fun track, but you also saying something in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like something where it's like, okay, grab me.
It still has substance, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't take away from like the funness of the record, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's some shit motherfuckers can still get hyped to in the club, but something in the back of your brain gonna make you think about what the fuck you just said.
Right.
You know
and that's the thing that I want, other artists to realize. Like, you can make a fun track, but always have substance, you know what I mean?
Type shit.
Always have a meaning behind it at the end of the day.
I feel like that's how we like click for real. Just
talk.
Like you can having a message behind your shit, or just like saying something, bro. Just not putting out shit just to put it out.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say, cause like the Trifecta album.
Appreciate that. This is my trifecta, brother.
No,
by the way,
oh yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Dope project.
Appreciate that.
No, I heard that one. That shit was fire.
Yeah, that shit is fire.
I was telling him when he brought it up earlier. I was like, nah, listen to that Trifecta shit. Y'all had the little video too, right? No, I saw that. I found out about it through the
outside?
The 6th Street little shit you posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's how I found out the project existed, right? So
we got some music videos on the way. Actually.
I watched that video and I was like,
we can premiere them bitches on the channel if you want.
And then I think I saw the like album cover that you put up. where y'all sitting on the bridge.
Yeah.
So, and then I went and listened to it. That shit was kind of dope.
Yeah.
Not kind of dope. That sounds like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was dope.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you. That's love.
You good, bro?
That's love. You know, like we, you know what I mean?
So kind of talk about how y'all locked in. Because, like, for the people who don't know, like, how did y'all kind of lock in?
Shit, so
kind of get things going.
So the whole, it was around time when I met Mill as well.
Okay.
So how it all started, Big Bro, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he
shout
had
out Big Bro.
Yeah, shout out Big Bro.
Y'all
like,
all met through Big Bro?
Shit, yeah, all through Big Bro.
I met
Shout
Big
out
Bro
Big Bro.
first, and then I met Douzy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But how it worked out for me, so Big Bro had a track with J Mill. The song's called "Do What I Want," by the way.
It's fire.
And you know, I didn't intend to get on the track, but he's like, hey, you want to hop on this? And then, you know, I ended up coming across the beat, and I was like, yo, this shit's hard.
Right.
I need to go ahead and, you know, do my
Right.
You know what I mean? I got to go ahead and do my thing on that shit. And yeah, from that point, you know, we ended up making the song, you know, getting it all set up and, you know, getting set up for the video shoot. And through the video shoot, that's where I met Foolie. And from that point, you know, we chopped it up. We was like, hey, yo, like, you know, we need to make a track together and shit. And, you know, moving forwards, that's where we ended up tapping in. I think one of our first joints was working with TJ Denk, right?
Yeah.
And, yeah, we ended up.
No. It was a D beat. It was one of these beats. Yeah.
What was it?
If you want to leave, you can go and leave.
For real?
Yeah, No Energy.
Oh.
That No Energy.
Wait, No Energy? Shit.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
How long
I
ago
thought
was
that
that?
was TJ Denk.
Nah, that was
like,
D.
I was like probably 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like 2020.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago, for real.
Damn near, bro. That shit wild.
Bro, crazy shit. It was around my birthday too. Like I had my birthday dinner that same night, and and like I left to go to the studio with Douzy.
No, yeah, like we just locked in and shit, and you know, we just, you know, we had a couple beats and shit. We was like, yo, we gonna go ahead and record.
That's dope, bro.
But,
that's so dope.
Yeah, it's been like this ever since.
Real talk. Real niggas locked in, bro.
Facts.
I fuck with it. So, what are your favorite? Or no, I'm sorry. So we like to do this thing with every guest that we have, right? We have what is it? So you got your
yeah. So it's like basically the rules are you making your collab album, right?
Yeah. Top down.
Meaning you have to make a collab album with somebody, right? A la Drake and Future or
whoever.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Okay.
And then you get one feature, right? So not one artist to feature throughout. That'd be like a collab album, right? You get one feature from one person, whether it's a hook, a verse, an intro, an interlude, whatever the hell. And then you get one producer to work with for the whole album. So the feature, the producer, and then the collaboration.
Let's see for features.
Something like Metro, Offset, and 21.
Yeah,
like without warning.
Yeah, something like that.
Type shit.
So start with the collab artist.
Okay.
Like that's the main piece.
Collab artist, you know what I mean? I don't want to say Drake because that's, you know what I mean? Oh,
if that's who it is,
but I mean, like, if that's your dream artist,
I mean,
it
like,
anyone.
Personally, for someone I feel like, you know, where we could, like, you know, work and actually do something dope together, I'd definitely say Bryson Tiller.
Okay.
Bro, like, because when he came around his time, bro, like, 2015, I discovered him before he even blew up. And that's when Don't came out, and I was like, bro, this shit's fucking fire.
And I was gonna say too, a lot of
talking about like Don't back on SoundCloud,
bro. When Don't was when I'm talking about when that shit was like 3,000 views and shit, like no one knew about that shit.
A different winner gave me a lot of those. Not to compare you to anybody, but like it definitely gave me a lot of those. Yeah, it brought back a lot of that nostalgia from that fact.
Yeah. I've always said Trap Soul is like one of the best R&B albums of like the past. Of the 2000s, it. You know what I mean? Like
I was gonna say, bro. Like I get a lot of comparison, bro. Like Bryson, Tory, Party,
and I could hear a lot of that influence for sure.
I was
just telling them last night.
They were just telling me that shit.
Shit, I even got freaking Kanye at one point. I was like Kanye, but
Tory and Party are Canadian.
Yeah. I mean.
That's almost kind of fire. Like
I do get Tory a lot, bro. But that I don't hear, you know what I mean? I don't hear my sound with him. Like, if you play one of his songs, you play one of my tracks, we sound completely different. But, you know, if you're listening to just my song, then, you know what I mean, folks, I
said Tory at
it's
first,
one thing. It's one thing for people to be like, I can hear Tory
his singing songs, not rap.
As like an influencer versus he sound like Tory or something.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Like those are two different statements.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Like I could definitely tell that like you were influenced, but in no way do I think you sound like them. You feel me?
Right. Like in you know, I guess it wouldn't make sense because bringing it. The funniest shit happened. Like, you know, one of my homegirls was just like, she ended up saying, she was like, yo, like, why the fuck, like, y'all got a similar vibe or some shit, and you know, come to find out, we both got the same birthday, so I guess it's a freaking
crazy.
Leo thing.
That is crazy.
You know what I mean? I guess it's a Leo thing.
You and Tory Lanez had the same birthday?
Same birthday.
So we getting Leo Seasons is the name of the album.
Dropping during Leo season.
He got a song, bro. He actually got a song.
Yeah, called Leo. Was it Leo Season? It's called
Hard Fought Battles, but
yeah.
like in the hook, it says Leo
Leo
Season.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
That is fire.
But
Would it be Tory though?
What was that?
Like who
For like the Dream
what's
feature?
Oh yeah.
Or was it Bryson?
So the collab.
No, it's Bryson. It was
Bryson for the collab.
All right.
Okay.
So Bryson's the collab artist. We got you and Bryson dropping.
Who's the producer?
Who's the producer?
Producer.
One. You get one. They
Yeah, you get one.
So if you want variety on your album, they gotta be capable of variety. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta.
Facts.
All the beats is coming from Buddy.
It would have to be.
I'm just saying, like.
I'm stuck between Mike Dean and.
If you pick DJ Mustard, like.
And,
You gonna get some shit that's kind of like DJ
E40.
Said Mike Dean and who?
40. Drake,
40.
Oh, I thought you said E40.
Yeah.
No, I thought he said.
No, I was about to say,
Wait. What was the first one?
Mike Dean.
All right, so.
Or 40.
Like, bro.
I can
But
see
shit.
that.
I don't know.
If you had to pick between them.
Ooh. Okay.
Wait,
so
wait, real quick. Remind me what songs 40 produced, because I thought he was just like an engineer.
Bro, no.
Most of Drake shit.
Yeah, look what you've
So
done.
he
He produced a lot. He produced.
Really?
Yeah.
So I thought he just engineered for
No,
Drake.
that nigga's a producer.
He does both. He's done both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He does both and has done both.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
They trap. I ain't even mentioned trap.
Now, like
Scott.
now, Drake get a lot of shit from like Boy Wonder, like other
Yeah.
producers, but like 40 especially.
He got a couple
early
from Just Blaze,
was
too.
huge.
Yeah. But yeah, like, bro, like, I'd probably say, fucking.
You gotta pick one.
Gotta pick one.
Man, shit's hard, bro. Because there's other producers I don't even know who produced who. You know what I mean? That
Mike Dean was crazy. Mike Dean was on
the reason why I say
Dean,
the reason why I say Mike Dean is because of his production, bro.
No,
like
facts,
the
bro.
shit that he's done with Travis Scott.
The chorus,
Oh my
was
fucking
crazy.
Bro.
Same with Kanye.
Yeah,
like,
I was just about to say, bro,
Yes.
My Beautiful Dark
Crazy.
Twisted Fantasy.
Facts.
There's some shit on that album that is just.
And I think
like,
I think with Mike Dean, you get more than just a producer sonically.
Facts.
Yeah, you do.
Facts.
Yeah, facts.
He's
That's
good
the
at the
thing.
aesthetic, and
Exactly.
he's good at warping that idea. It's not like something like DJ Mustard will put his same blanket over you, right?
Right.
And force you to fit into what he does.
Exactly. He doesn't cater to the sound of the artist.
Right.
And that's something that, you know, I do really look into whenever it comes to producing and shit. Like, I'm like the way I think of shit, I need something that's out of this world type shit, you know,
Right.
something that's completely different that you can't even compare the shit to no one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you know, like Kanye and how the way he pictures things and, you know, how things are supposed to go here and there.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? Like,
He paints a picture, bro.
exactly, painting a whole picture and shit.
Paints a picture.
And yeah,
Same with Travis though too.
Facts.
Like how we were talking about.
They understand that it's more than just like I think those artists are all good at understanding it's more than just a song, right?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
They know every piece counts, right? From the album cover to the shit you wear on stage,
Right.
to what the stage looks
down
like,
to
Exactly.
every minute detail.
what the
bro.
videos look like.
like bro,
and-
like whenever I get a beat, you know what I mean? That beat ain't just gonna be that beat. Like, you know, I'm not just gonna lay down and put my verse on there and that's
Right.
it. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, experiment. I'm gonna take this part off the beat. We're gonna
You
go
gonna
ahead,
nitpick
you know
it
what I mean?
first, yeah.
And shout out to Sam Hens, you know what I mean? Coldest engineer that I know. Like,
I was just
kidding.
talking about Sam Hines.
Yeah.
Shout out Sam. That's 300
Shout
Sam.
out,
Real talk. Bro, cold with it. And like, you know, he's able to help out in you know, my vision and what I see whenever it comes to like, you know, the different ideas and like where I'm trying to get at. Like, I'm like, yo, like, you know, I feel like it'll be dope. Like for
amazing engineer, man.
Exactly. Like for instance, with a different winner, you know, the intro, year 23, the way that starts off, the beat was different compared to what y'all heard it when y'all heard it.
For
You
real?
know what I mean? Yeah, like, you know, I told Sam, I was like, yo.
He engineered both those projects.
Yeah. Like I had it and I was just like, yo, like, I want a heartbeat. You know what I mean? Can you make it a heartbeat? And to where it's like, doom, 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 doom. To where it's like, okay. And then that's when
putting life into the project.
Exactly.
I like that.
You
I like
feel me,
that.
bro? Like,
yeah. Facts. I fuck with that.
Thinking out the box type shit, and then I was just like, okay, heartbreak. You know what I mean? That's what I started getting into. It's like my heart's beating slow, and I'm just trying to.
As you're breathing life into the project, it's slow. That breath is slowly being taken away. Type shit. I like that.
You feel me?
I like that for sure.
And
who's the producer?
But you still didn't answer our question. Like, yeah, that's cool, and I fuck with you, but
no, my man was walking through the answer. So he went Mike Dean, Bryson Tiller.
Okay. So Mike Dean. So
is it Mike Dean?
Okay. Put it down to Mike Dean.
Okay, so we got Bryson Tiller and Mike Dean. Damn, that's
who's the feature and how you using it?
Yeah, whether it be a feature, an interlude, an outro.
As far as for the feature, I'd probably say Tory Lanez, just to where that point could be proved, where it's like we don't sound the same.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
Just a squash.
Yeah, I like that, bro. I like that.
Just where folks are like here, hand in hand.
I don't know how I feel about that, bro. Just to prove a point.
That's the type of
about anybody though, bro. We talking about anybody.
He got the spite feature.
No, but that's the type of pettiness that I admire, bro. Like fuck all y'all niggas.
No, in fact, just to get that shit out the way, because
gosh.
like, you know, I do see where it's like, you know, that shit do fuck up like opportunities and shit when folks be like, oh, he sound like this person and shit, and the song be so damn good and they don't understand like the shit.
But
that
at the same time, you can use that to your advantage, right? Because like when athletes come up, right? Like if you draft somebody out the third round of NFL, what's the first thing they gonna say?
Like,
oh, you know he
play like
he hits like a Palomalu, but he's got the speed of like a, you know what I mean?
There's always a but.
Look, I was just telling KD, bro, that's human nature, bro, to compare something.
Musicians and like movie directors and shit like that will look at that and be like, nah, don't compare me, right? But then an athlete will walk up and be like, yo, he said I look like LeBron out there. You know what I'm saying? So like,
bro,
it's all about how you use it.
I think film is different though, because like with film,
I think art is different because it's more personal.
Facts, agreed, 1000%.
Like basketball is basketball.
Well, like obviously,
you can only
wants to be compared, but like, I mean, your style of play is art though at the same time.
But that's what I was about to go into.
That's very true. That's very
true.
But
like for basketball players, it's an art too, but yet they look at it different.
Right. No,
or football players or whatever sport, soccer players or whatever.
Right.
Like they be like, damn, he said I was out there playing like LeBron. Like to them, it's a compliment.
No, facts, absolutely.
But to like a artist, a lot of times we hear that.
It's like Michael Jordan and Kobe. You know what I mean? Like
almost identical.
You feel me? And
extremely identical.
But
it's videos of their like side by side, like
bro,
they overlay the plays, bro. Like it was almost like he was almost a replica.
Right.
Facts.
You feel me? Like. But yeah, like I definitely that would be my
Tory.
Yeah, Tory, just to get that shit out the way. It's like, all right,
now
now pay attention to me
I love that.
as a creative
That's
artist.
Petty, but fuck it.
So
that nigga doing a milli first week, goddamn.
That's petty, but fuck it.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
If you picking Tory, what Tory are you picking? Are we getting new Toronto Tory? Are we getting Chicks Tape Tory? You want Chicks Tape Tory? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Nah, I feel like that track would go crazy.
You want a sample on it? Like Chicks Tape?
You gotta sample it.
Shit, hell yeah.
Gotta sample it.
Yeah.
Gotta sample it.
So Mike Dean gotta go hit
You know
the vinyl?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Dig through the crates.
All right, Mike. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Mike Dean got to stop off at Waterloo one time.
Hey, when it comes to the samples and shit, I love the samples.
Shit, bro. If you listen to Thomas Love, bro, with the Go DJ track was a sample.
Go DJ.
There's one I think on
a sample.
There's one that's a standout to me on his first project. I believe it's called like "Be With You." That sample is crazy, bro. I'm such a fan of samples, dog. That shit.
Yeah, no, me too.
But who are your so what's your favorite album in the last decade? Your favorite
of what I
just like hip hop? No, just like in general.
Hip hop.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a hard question.
That would be.
I know that's broad, but like there's been a lot of
that's you talking about July of 2012 or like 2020 to 2022.
We can do.
I hope 2020.
Okay.
I hope 20.
Because
I mean,
it depends.
So that makes it easy.
It depends.
Not to
Yeah,
nitpick,
you're right.
not to nitpick, but like, how are we defining decade? Like the 20s, like the 20s, or like
10 calendar years.
Okay, so
10
years.
Okay. So 2012 to now.
Yeah.
Shit. Damn.
I mean, there's been a lot of heavy hitters, bro. Like,
okay,
in between them. But if you had to pick one,
damn,
I already got.
I ain't gonna lie, that Travis Scott,
I already know what you finna say.
Which Travis?
that rodeo, bro. That shit's something else.
Is that your favorite Travis album?
Yeah.
Rodeo's different.
That was his first album. It was
No, for sure. I think, and it's funny because it ranks high for me too. I probably even have Astro World #3.
Word. Mine's between.
Hey, I'm not gonna cap, bro.
Birds is crazy.
That's what I say.
Birds
between Birds or Rodeo.
Yeah,
Birds right there.
Birds might might be his best.
Yeah, bro.
Overall, yeah.
Rodeo might be second.
Yeah.
Like Rodeo had some fucking feels.
Slappers, nigga.
Like imagine first.
Oh
time,
my, this side might be one of the best songs he's made. Like
real talk.
Oh my gosh,
bro. When I first
90210, like.
Bro, listening to Antidote when it first came out, I had that shit on repeat.
I swear,
because that wasn't even
bro,
the fucking
on everything I love, bro. I had to put motherfuckers on the Antidote, bro, because they was not.
The Antidote wasn't even the first hit.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The first hit was 3500.
It was 3500. It was 3500.
It was.
So like for your second hit to be arguably bigger than the first hit. Only the greatest albums had that. Get Rich or Die Trying had that. The first single was actually oh my.
Was it in the club?
No.
I gotta research this just to make sure I'm still.
Yeah. Go ahead and research it.
I just gotta see the track list. I'll tell you exactly which one. It was technically the first single. It was the first one that they like pushed on radio and shit like that. Get Rich or Die Trying.
Bro, wasn't that in the club?
No.
21 Questions.
Okay.
No, it was.
Still good.
I think it was. Like My Style, or it was Like My Style, or You Not Like Me. No, it was If I Can't. I'm sorry. If it was If I Can't. If I Can't was technically the first single off Rich or Die Trying.
Okay.
And then In the Club dropped.
But
so yours is
no, that's
yours.
I was talking about that with Trav.
Okay.
Like the better albums.
Only the great ones have
like
that.
the great ones that you'll see like that second win on that second single.
Right.
Is crazy.
No,
crazy,
thanks,
bro.
Thanks,
like
absolutely.
Like, bro, like, imagine the first time you're hearing this shit. Like, Sonic wise,
oh my gosh,
like,
man.
bro, I was just like, yo. And, bro, at the time I was listening to it, I was listening to homies whipping shit, and they speakers was busted and all that shit. But still hearing that, and then actually hearing it in the, you know what I mean? Bro, like, it was just an experience that was definitely needed, bro.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
So, for me, going back to what I was saying as far as, like, there's certain albums that, like, I know exactly where I was in life and what that picture paints for me.
It's gonna be a Drake album, everyone.
No, it's really not. It's actually a Kanye album.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It's actually a Kanye album, bro. I have to go out and say Life of Pablo, bro.
Life of Pablo.
That album, to me, bro.
I fuck with that.
To me personally, bro, that album, and like I'm such a fan of Kanye, bro, but that album like just did something different to me. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with that album so heavy, bro.
No,
so heavy.
His Heartbreak joint, that shit.
Man, that
808s?
Yeah.
808s is crazy.
Yeah.
Let me get mine off. Just
go ahead.
I gotta piss real quick.
Go ahead.
So this just made the cut. Good Kid, Mad City, of course. I'm a Kendrick.
Okay.
fan.
That's valid.
Fan, bro.
That's so valid.
But
bro.
you're
that's
you might be.
But I love.
Nope.
I still.
No, he's
he's
right on the.
He's off by 4 months.
Is he?
He's off by 4 months. 10 years ago
It's
today,
October.
that album's not out yet.
Okay, but like, I looked it up October. But we still said
That shit was October of 2012.
Okay, look.
Oh, tell me it ain't happened
You
yet.
don't know. Hey, you don't know.
Look, man, we wasn't going specifically by the month.
Actually, I think you make the cut by 6 months. Yeah, you're right. I was looking at it the wrong way.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's not October yet.
Had it been December, you'd have been fucked.
True. You're absolutely right. I'll give you that. Nah, but like, bro, Good Kid, Mad City, bro. I was rolling that shit for
That's valid,
bro. Like, cause I didn't just have my car then, but like, I remember riding to that album all the fucking time, bro. Like, I used to listen to that whole just like on repeat, bro. Motherfuckers used to get mad riding with me, bro, because literally all we was listening to was Good Kid, Mad City, bro.
Word. All right, bro, can you change the shit? I've heard.
Fuck no, nigga. We listen to Kendrick, nigga.
Otherwise, it get walk, nigga.
Oh, God.
Okay.
We listen to Kendrick, nigga. When you walking,
nigga, on my soul, bro. Oh my soul, bro.
I mean, shit. No, to go back on which album I think was the best.
Not even the best, but just your personal favorite.
My personal favorite. That's my personal favorite.
Yeah, my personal favorite. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go with that.
Well, definitely.
If you're reading this, it's too late, bro. Cause like, bro, you got Legend. Okay. What's it called? You got Legend. You got Jungle. Company.
You know what I mean? Oh my god!
Damn.
Company used to
Wednesday night interlude.
Oh my god!
Where party just go nuts for like
no
2
telling.
minutes.
What's the one?
10 bands.
Energy,
bro.
Yeah.
Jungle.
Star 67.
Yeah,
Jungle.
Bro.
Is it Jungle?
Or what's the Now and Forever?
Now and Forever.
Shit, yeah, bro.
That's the one with Travis Scott, ain't it?
Madonna.
No. Company is one.
Madonna's disgusting.
Madonna is fucking crazy.
Yeah, bro.
No, that's valid. That's definitely valid.
No telling. You said no telling.
No telling.
No telling was crazy.
What's the one? Running through the 6 with my woes. Hold on,
yeah.
That shit.
You know how that shit go. I was thinking about that shit too. Yeah. I can't remember the name of that song.
What? I'm sleeping in the streets.
Sneaky warrior.
No, that's definitely valid because that album had no misses.
Preach was fire too.
Preach was fire.
Young
nigga preach. Ooh,
preach.
Yeah, that's valid.
No kids, bro.
That's valid.
Like that right there. I think that album, like with all those features in there, that's what really got me tapped in with those other features, just because of how good the songs were. You know what I mean? Like Company, I was like, yo, like this nigga Travis Scott just what the fuck?
Right.
You know what I mean? I need to see what his vibe is like and shit.
To me, the fact that he let Party ISO like that,
yeah,
and that's to me, well, that's one of my favorite songs on a project is Wednesday Night Interlude. Like,
yeah, that shit is crazy.
It's in a vacuum, probably one of my favorite party songs.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
I wish he had got to drop that on like
P&D 1 or some shit.
But then again, getting to drop it on fucking Drake shit puts you like
in a different status.
Now going to party, bro. Like,
I liked P3 a lot.
Party, bro. Like
I liked P3. I didn't like it a lot.
I loved P3. I liked it. I felt like people hated on P3. I loved P3.
I got put on to him say my sophomore year of high school. Like aside of like, you know, the albums that Drake already released and stuff, because I wasn't really into him as those songs were being released.
Right.
But as far as for when Party came out with Break from Toronto.
I was in college when that shit dropped.
Bro, that shit was beautiful.
I was in college when that shit dropped, bro, and like I just remember like I threw like a kickback, bro, and like that was the sound.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was either that or like Monster, because Monster had dropped my freshman year in college, bro, 2014.
Yeah.
That shit dropped, and those were the sounds, bro. So I definitely feel you, bro.
Yeah,
that
bro,
shit,
like that shit just sounded beautiful. And the sample that he used behind that, Miguel,
girl with the
tattoo, I was like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like I have that shit in my playlist. Like it's Break from Toronto, Girl with the Tattoo by Miguel, and then Break from Toronto, bro. That transition is
and then the way he shot the video too, like was just different, at least for like that time, bro, because it was like real. And like a lot of Canadian artists really had this aesthetic, bro. Like like early on, right? Like The Weeknd was real mysterious and like dark and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like Party Next Door
didn't even show his face, bro. When he first
exactly.
came out.
And I feel like Party Next Door, even though he showed his face, he still had that aesthetic with like P&D 1, bro, where it was still like real like mysterious. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just real like low key. You know what I'm saying? And for me personally, that draws me to those artists, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like I definitely
I don't know how y'all picked one. Like
for P&D.
P&D 2 is my favorite.
No.
I was talking about the question, like the best album of the or your favorite album of the last 10 years.
What's yours?
It's still difficult.
While y'all talking, I've been like, good. I'm buying.
You've been like
time.
thinking.
I'm like,
I seen you zoned out for a minute.
Like, it's been a couple of albums that have had me like.
Damn, this shit is beautiful.
By the balls for like 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
Right? And 10 years is a long time. So then if I think, well, if I got to pick one
you had to pick one.
Those that did it, it's hard for me to not say like what's honestly just one of my favorite albums, like one that I go back to all the time.
Right.
And almost every time I listen to it, I'm listening to the whole album. You Only Live Twice by Freddie Gibbs. Like it's like I want to say it's like 8 songs long.
Word.
It's not even a long album. Like the whole shit is 50 minutes, I think.
I never got put on to
45, 50 minutes, and like.
I gotta take a piss.
I mean, like, yeah, the Travises had me. Like, Birds would honestly be high on that list.
Yeah.
Damn would be high on that list.
Yeah.
Damn is,
bro.
Yeah.
Forest Hills Drive is high on that list.
Yeah.
And I think that barely makes the cut.
Still,
444 is high on that list. Life of Pablo is another one that I have high on that list. But, like, I don't know. It's just something about them 8, 9 songs on You Only Live Twice that just, like...
Right.
I remember where I was. It was like a pivotal like time, I guess, in my life. Like, I just it's one of them albums that you hear it and you smell somewhere. And honestly, Nothing Was the Same probably be number 2.
Right.
Where you hear it and you smell memories. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like
bro, it's like that's what I'm saying.
Bro, crazy enough, even Yeezus is like.
Yeezus was incredible, but I think that barely makes the cut. That's what I was wondering. I was like, yo, does Born Sinner make the cut? Because like that might need to be up there.
Right.
Fucking, I don't know if it does make the cut. I gotta put Trap Lord up there.
Ooh,
that first Ferg album.
Yeah. I feel that.
That first Ferg album with Shaba.
Yeah.
Shaba, right?
The big one, the big posse cut. Yeah, I can't believe forgetting this shit now.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I gotta close the window before I record because New York don't know how to be quiet.
Yeah,
I'm saying like that. Coochie down to the socks like a big papa baby. But that shit had Cocaine Castles. Like
that album was fire, bro. That shit's a classic.
Trap Lord
is fucking classic, bro.
And that was 2013, I think.
Yeah.
Summer.
It was. Bro, right after we graduated.
Bro, we done came across so many like dope ass artists.
No, like great albums.
Like it's
what? It dropped while we were at Snyder. That's a fact. So that's definitely 2013. But like Trap Lord, like it's crazy. Like that's early in the 10 years, and that 10 years has felt like 100.
Yeah.
But like, but I can't like slight how gripped Trap Lord had me. You know what I'm saying? Like. How like the same thing Damn did, you know what I mean? Like shit, Good Kid too when it came out.
An honorable mention too, bro. I'm not gonna lie, cause right around like 2015 when Oxymoron dropped, that was a time too, bro. Like,
no, but like that's what I'm saying. Like I think 2010 through like 2015 was the golden era for our generation stars, which were like the Wizzes, the Max, the Tylers, the ASAPs,
movies with
the Drakes, the Drakes, the Kanyes, the Kendricks, the J. Coles,
Macadelic.
And Kanye, you could almost argue was more 2000s with Wayne and them.
Yeah.
Right?
Valid.
Because at the end of the 2000s is when you really got our generation. Like when we was in high school, which is like I said, the Drakes, the Kanyes, the Kendricks, the ASAPs, the J. Coles, the Joeys, you know what I mean? Where it was like,
Chief Keef, bro.
We talk about this on the show.
Talk about Chief Keef. We
talk about this on the show all the time.
Chief Keef's
finally rich.
We talk about that on the show all the time. Whereas I feel like, and I think we've all kind of agreed that newer generations, I feel like we're losing that feel. Like
to like capture that, bro.
As far as like
the
how
come
sustainable,
up and the fall off is
as far as
so much
like
faster.
how sustainable music is. Okay,
because your whole career flashed before your eyes.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back on
some artists aren't lasting, bro.
On your question when you asked what's the type of vibe down in Boston, what do they listen to, when you saying Chief Keef reminded me. Chief Keef, G Herbo, Lil Durk,
bro.
Lil Baby.
Finally Rich came out 2012, bro.
Like,
and that's crazy.
And I think I've told them multiple times that Lil Baby out of everybody.
Lil Baby.
Lil Baby. But speaking of, I feel like Lil Baby is like, and maybe now becoming Durk is like some of the few that I feel like are gonna be that.
Yeah, and Durk been around for a minute too.
Durk's been around for a minute.
Like we still watching we now watching our generation fizzle out.
Facts.
And I don't think I don't know how many of us have had that look in the mirror moment yet. Right?
I don't think it's hit me yet personally.
Like
I refuse to accept it, to be honest with you, because I'm like, what the fuck what's coming next?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
as far as like a national standpoint,
like low key, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Honestly Nevermind, Certified Lover Boy. These are they fall off albums.
Yeah, that shit was.
These
scary,
are
bro.
Kendrick, I mean, I still like.
Not fall off albums like they're bad. I'm just saying like.
In terms
we
of,
keep looking for them to redo that peak, but Eminem fans was looking for him to redo Eminem show. They still waiting.
With Kamikaze.
They still waiting.
Music to Murder too.
But they still waiting.
Not like those albums were bad. I mean, I don't think Kamikaze and Music to Murder 2 were bad, but like the album he dropped before that was.
Kanye fans are not Kanye, because honestly, Kanye fans are whatever.
Yeah.
But like the casual like 2000s.
That nigga drop an album with
it's still waiting for the next. Every time a Kanye album come out, they the first ones to be like, oh, I mean, well, it's like he's just not the same. So it's like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy can't make that album no more. And it's like, at some point you gotta have that talk with yourself, like. Maybe
bro, shit evolves.
They're evolving, exactly.
Not only do artists evolve, but careers end.
The facts. Folks get that
old.
Ain't the words out of my mouth, bro.
Folks get old. Folks lose.
Sometimes shit just get old.
You're not getting Carter 2 or Carter 3 from Wayne no more.
Like Jay-Z, you know.
I feel like Kanye's sustainable because he's still tapped in with like what's going on.
And that's why he's still around.
Right.
Now, in terms of like, we'll never get Carter 2, Carter 3 Wayne. Now, in terms of like artists, you know, how we'll never hear that peak again. We still hear it throughout, you know, hearing because Wayne. Just speaking on Wayne, he had a feature, just not on a consistent level, right? But I mean, we still hear it, but you're definitely right. Like now, it's just starting to fizzle out.
I just think it's like the beats have changed, the sound has changed,
the expectation of what greatness is in music has changed. Like the perception of music has changed too.
And you know, Lil Wayne and Kanye, we kind of like nitpicking because like they've already shown sustainability, right? It's not like we're talking about somebody that couldn't.
They've been 10 plus already,
right? Yeah, but like but even you look at somebody like you got to be careful. You look at somebody like M, who hasn't sustained it. I mean, his core fans are always going to buy his shit, but like he's musically not been near as good as he was when he was fire.
Right.
I mean, well, like the market changed.
Yeah, and he outgrew his style,
and that's due to the perception as well because the labels started pushing different shit.
Right. But that's where it's like artists like Drake, ASAP, those artists are getting to an age now where it's like shit. Some of them are dead. Mac not even around no more. You know, R.I.P. But like,
rest in peace to Mac.
But like, shit ends. Like and we gotta understand sometimes that like.
But Mac was so fucking gifted.
From that perspective.
So I got a question. For you, Jose. Drake drops another album this year.
Depends what it sounds like. I don't know. Like after hearing the Honestly Nevermind shit, I think we have to.
Honestly Nevermind shit out. I don't even count that shit.
If the next project will be very.
He said I don't even count that shit.
The next.
I liked it, bro.
The next project will be.
I don't count it.
The next project will be very telling, right?
Yeah. No.
Because either we have to accept that.
He's falling off.
Drake is just not that he's falling off, but that Drake is just not
taking it serious,
the same anymore, right? Like, and we kind of saw coming. Like every album seemed to have more and more dance hall, more and more like.
But like he's not making music for niggas like us anymore.
Look, I actually enjoy Certified Lover Boy. Like I know
I did too. It was a fun album. Yeah, it was a fun album.
I actually enjoyed it. Bro.
It's songs I like on it. I just think it's like.
It's one of those albums that takes me back to that point in time. Like I mean, I enjoyed it.
Certified Lover.
If I got songs I can go back to, then that's
Certified Lover Boy is like Carter 5 to me.
Bro.
Really?
Maybe Carter 4 on a good day.
I would say Carter.
I was gonna say more like a Carter 4, bro.
Carter 4 is his favorite album.
Carter 4 had
his favorite Wayne album.
Carter 4 had more.
Bro, blunt blowing. We can go through the whole song, bro.
Carter 4 had more bops than Certified Lover Boy did.
Have you listened to anything on the Carter 2? Listen to the Mob, bro. The intro to the Carter 2.
I was trying to get him on Carter 3.
Like I don't think Carter 2 gonna hit for you if you didn't know Hot Boy Wayne.
Right.
Yeah. That's fair.
No. Carter 2 still got.
Bro,
you got Best Rapper Alive. You got Fireman. Like,
but those are still Hot Boy.
Yeah, that's
wild. No. That's what I'm saying. Like, no, I enjoy Carter Boy 2. I mean. Carter Boy 2. I enjoy Carter 2, but
Carter Boy 2, the rebirth.
I enjoy Carter 2, but Carter 3 just like I feel like the moment around it as well. Like it was,
it catapulted him into the
bro.
It made him a global name.
It's like they're if the dead middle line of his career is right here, Carter 2 is here with like Hot Boy being everything over here, and Carter 1 being closer to Hot Boy Wayne because obviously just listen to it.
Right.
And then on the other side of that middle line is Carter 3, and everything after Carter 3 has been more that mainstream punchline, freestyle-y Wayne, right? Like that's all over there. Whipping crack in the kitchen, like Hot Boy Gangsta Wayne.
That shit over with.
Is Carter 2 and prior.
Right.
That's over with. Yeah.
After that, he doesn't speak on it as much. It's more skateboard.
Right.
Rock star Wayne.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like it depends on how much of that type you want.
And as artists, I'll ask y'all, because all of y'all are artists. Do y'all blame the labels for creating the perception that caused that change, or do you think it's more so on the artist and the evolution?
Wayne not a gangster no more.
No. But I'm saying just like overall, I understand that. I understand that.
He got a skate park.
But I'm saying just like in more general terms, right? Like that change.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's as general as I can put it. He's just not the same person.
Right. So is that like an evolution thing, or is that just like the perception of the label pushing certain shit?
What I think started to change how Wayne started to sound and shit, and like the fans, like how he said, was a situation with him and Gilly the Kid. You know what I mean? I feel like
him and Gilly's flow are remarkably similar.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that until I saw the video.
I saw the video too, but Wayne is still the GOAT, and I don't give a fuck.
No, he is. Yeah, I was like, hey, look,
I'm not hearing none of that shit.
And look,
I don't care.
And
dead ass.
And no, real talk. And I was like, look, at this point, you know,
ratio Wayne better.
Ratio Wayne better.
It's probably people with a better
Wayne.
But it's probably people with a better crossover than AI, but that was still AI's crossover. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Facts.
Right.
Just because you took it and ran with it, don't mean you ain't get it from.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, but that shit right there, bro. Like I was just like,
nah, you took that shit to new heights.
Yeah. Like I feel like with that Gilly situation, like that's what really changed his mentality because he had fans and all that shit. Kind of like sabotaging like his view and you know what I mean his creativity and that's
but I think Wayne really stepped up because he proved that like Wayne really liked that, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
bro, he is, bro.
Wayne
like,
really liked that,
bro,
and he proved that too because a lot of artists, whether they choose to or whether they just don't have that dog in them, a lot of times they won't really.
He took Gilly's flow, but punched better with it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not even that. It's the way
he
like. And that's the thing, bro. Like he needed help with understanding how to flow. You know what I mean? Like he had the idea,
and
he
that's
had the
the
bars,
evolution.
But it wasn't even.
It
wasn't even always like that though, because Carter 2 Wayne sounds vastly different from like 500 Degrees, Block is Hot, Hot Boy
Yeah, that's
Wayne.
true.
So like he's rapped and been successful in many different eras.
Right.
That's why he's up there with the Jay-Z's for me and the Kanye's for me because they've shown that they can rap different styles at different times and be
which is insane.
That level
I
of
ain't gonna
star.
lie, at the time,
Drake too.
Freaking Wayne's definitely probably the best artist at that time. I ain't gonna lie. Like shit, probably even now, bro. Because
that
no,
like 07-ish, 08-ish.
Like,
he
was running shit. He was on everything.
Yeah,
you couldn't get away from
Wayne.
it.
Like no one.
He was on every remix.
Nigga, when Obama got elected, nigga, Wayne was everywhere.
It was like
2008, nigga, Wayne was everywhere.
Every remix, bro, you couldn't run from.
The biggest turning point in rap I can remember as a kid was when 50 Cent and Kanye got into that beef over the album.
Yeah,
that was to me that was
Graduation's one of
that
my
was the
favorite
turning
Kanye's
point,
album,
right?
That's the biggest turning
Graduation
point.
is my favorite Kanye album.
No, but that's the biggest turning point in just like a general shift in culture that I can remember because it was all
gangster rap.
Yeah, because like Aftermath and 50 and Game and G Unit and Eminem, they all came off the shoulders of Pac and Big and gangster rap, right? You know what I mean? And then Kanye made it cool to like do all this other shit.
Yeah.
And hip hop has been completely different.
Yeah.
And they bet it right then and there. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna sell more than you." Kanye said, "Fuck you, I got the game now. I'm gonna sell more than you."
Nigga came out in a sweater vest.
Yeah.
And Graduation is after he's already dropped College Dropout and Late Registration. So he's already started to like show
create
like,
the yeah.
Hey, yo,
Right.
Like I'm
get hip now because like
I'm finna
the
really
game changing.
Way ahead,
Right.
he's way ahead of his time. Like, nah, bro. Like this shit is just. It's crazy how like music grows and shit. I just hope it continues to what I mean, go that direction.
Saying like as far as artists being creative.
Yeah,
and I feel like naturally it'll happen.
The new generation is doing that. No,
I feel like it'll happen.
Yeah, there is.
I feel like the new generation is doing that, and they're doing it in their own way. Yeah. And I feel like there's people that have their biases and they don't like the shit that's coming out now. Right. But like, I just don't want honestly, I don't feel like I don't feel like it's like the music that they're doing now. I don't feel like it's for us. You know what I'm saying?
It's like rap has become rock music.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and maybe we're just getting fucking old. Like,
no. But rap has become like rock music in the sense that like when rap first started, there was really only like one or two-ish sounds, right? Like if you rap, you sounded like this,
right?
But
with all these subgenres,
similar to rock music, when rock music came out, it was really like, okay, this is what it sounded like.
Sound.
But then it branched off into
alternative. You got metal.
If you think about it, like when they started off, like 70s, for instance, like it was that boom bap, right, or not even that. Like
we talking about 80s,
it was rock, and you know what I mean, like
rock, yeah.
And then going into rap, like we're probably in that time frame where. This is going
the next big shift.
Well, because everything is now split off into like you said with metal and there's thrash metal and there's emo and there's what I'm saying, like
pop rock,
like rap has now become that where there's emo rap, like people that's a term, right? There's trap rap, emo rap, mumble rap.
I think that shit's dying off though, because like
it is because it's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
That's not sustainable, bro. Because
timeless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. And like, bro, like
I mean,
at one point,
all those genres have their own fan base, though.
Right, but at the same time, though, the reason why I say shit like emo rap is dying out is because like at some point, bro, those people grow up and they face those fucking emotions. Like
shit going. What's that one song? Lil Uzi. I don't really care if you're like. Is anybody listening to that now?
But you gotta.
Like at the time when I'm like,
but that's I give a lot of credit to Tyler for that. Because when Tyler came out, he was probably
struck a lot of nerves.
No, but he was probably the most niche like fan. He had like he had a niche culty like there was no way for that style to last.
Right.
Because he was just a rebel like high schooler type like kill people, burn shit, fuck school. You know what I mean?
Right.
He captured that emotion from grungy high schoolers.
Right.
But now man's making like pop albums and R&B albums, and then he just made a DJ drama rap album. You gotta give credit where credit's due, and I don't think anybody in 2010, 2011 saw this type of ability and versatility.
No, I never expected to see.
I don't think anybody expected that he could branch out.
I definitely didn't expect him to still be
create albums
relevant.
He's won more.
No, I would have thought he would be relevant.
He's won the rap album Grammy like 2 years in a row. Yeah, he runs shit right now, low key.
Yeah,
from an award standpoint, he runs rap.
But I'm saying like I never expected to him to not be relevant, but to like last this long and to do it the way that he did it. Because like to Soze's point, he was that grungy. Like I remember
because Haji didn't, Mike G didn't
exactly.
You know,
so it's like what made him different? You know what I'm saying? But I guess he just has that.
Bro, but also like he's a student of the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
facts.
Right. He listens to,
and I feel like that's part of the
music.
genius.
He listens to older. Not even just rap music. He listens to like older music. Period.
I told somebody this the other day. I think it was in like a Twitter space, and people jumped on my neck. But Tyler, the Creator, is to Odd Future, I think, what at first Westside is to Griselda. Like he brought them the aesthetic. He brought them the platform for everybody in Odd Future to kind of base they sound and image off of. But he was the one with the source idea and the source aesthetic and the source style, I guess, right? And the fashion sense, like the style of the music. And that's why I think he's succeeded the rest of the people in his group, because they was all kind of using his platform, and he the one creating the platform.
It ain't about who did it first; it's about who did it right.
Bro, starting the brand so young, like bro, like as far as like clothing, the damn show, like bro, marketing yourself.
Yeah,
bro. The way that he took control
facts
of the
Facts.
That market,
that's what I was
bro,
just. That was
he made a character.
Crazy. No,
that's
absolutely.
exactly what I was about to say, bro. Like that's to the genius of him, bro. Because like you said, bro, he pays attention to like older music and shit, and he kind of took from all those other artists, and he created his own way to create this aesthetic and this sound that was gonna have our generation by the throat. And I don't know how he did it, but he fucking did it.
Yeah.
And then those
I think
same
just being himself, honestly.
Yeah, facts. But like I think him back then was definitely like him for sure.
Yeah.
But I think
he's
now,
still that.
Though, but
that's what I was just gonna say. Like he's still that, but it's just more evolved and more mature. Like he's not that grungy, just out there kind of guy. He's still that same amazing artist.
He's
just
still
does it in a
he's
different
still
way.
got that like super troll, do what I want, fuck you attitude.
Right.
But he's a way better businessman and he's way smarter.
Yeah.
You could just tell he's way smart and he's way more comfortable at the level he's at.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's a fact.
Facts.
He don't give a shit what the fuck. You know what I mean? Any negative, like, you know, any fans got to say, you feel me? Like, he's just, you know, he's at that level where it's like, I'm making money. What the fuck?
If anything would have got Tyler, I would have said the comfortability with the fame, honestly.
Yeah.
Just because, like, the way he came up, like, it was such a, like, a fuck you attitude. Like, the same way that, like, Earl, like, ran away from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, after he came back from, like, he was in boot camp, you know what I'm saying?
Type shit.
But like, you know, he wanted to get away from that shit. He wanted to make music, but he didn't want to be famous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like Tyler embraced that.
Right.
But when Earl was coming back, you could see that like Tyler was the brain because Earl and them, they don't know how to make.
They don't know how to market.
Well, it's not market for sure, but then they also like you just with their albums don't have that same completeness to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They sounded like a bunch of Tyler songs featuring Tyler, basically. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, it was a bunch of just recycled sounds that didn't really. Now the songs were good, but they just didn't hit the same because it wasn't. It's something that we've already heard. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. I don't know, but I definitely agree, for sure.
Yeah.
Do y'all want to talk about Nope real quick before we?
Okay.
What did y'all?
No,
we've all seen. I know you haven't seen it, but
No.
we did want to talk about it because I know you wanted to kind of talk about it too.
Yeah.
So just so I let y'all know, so where I ended at, I ended at the part where the freaking UFOs started, you know what I mean, taking everyone and shit. Like
So
like,
you
know,
saw
the beginning part where they started like taking everyone up the.
Like you talking about
who did they take the last time you saw them? It takes somebody. Was it the circus dude?
I think it was a circus dude, and then the dude from Get Out. I think
Daniel
they
Kaluuya's character.
Right, they eventually got him, and or was it Keke Palmer first?
I think it tried to get Keke. It tried to get both.
It tried to get both of them.
It got
one of them. And
it ain't never really get one. I mean, I don't want to.
But
He put the question out like.
I know.
I'm trying to figure out where he is in the movie. Like,
pretty much everyone's getting sucked up into the goddamn spaceship, and you know they're just all like.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just start by saying 10 out of 10 on the film.
Facts. Hold on. Let me start this.
No, that's just a 10 out of 10.
Let me start this. Let me start by saying this. First of all, for the people that plan on seeing this movie and haven't seen it yet, go into this movie with an open mind. If you go into this movie expecting something, then you're gonna be disappointed. Like go into this movie with no expectations, and you're gonna have a good time.
I give it a 8.5. I think 10 is crazy.
What did you love about?
Yeah, I was
what
gonna
did
say 10. I would say 8.
In my opinion, I gave it a 10. But like, what did you love about?
It was the ending. It was the ending for me. That
I thought the ending
8,
was.
honestly.
Yeah, I think the ending was probably one of the stronger parts. Like a movie
Really?
like that could have. I think a movie like that it could have.
I love how the
I like how
a worse ending in that movie that like could fall down to like a 6.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just in the sense that like. That's a movie you have to wrap up well.
But going back to expectations, I expected
very
that from Jordan Peele. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know what to expect, but I expected it to be a dope film. You know what I'm saying? So I still had expectations, but
no, yeah. I mean, well, yeah, obviously I expected it to be a dope film, but like if you go into that movie expecting one thing, like as far as what's gonna play out, what's gonna happen in the movie, you're gonna be disappointed.
Right. What I liked about it to Sose's point as well, just like how the movie was shot, and then like the ending, how it tied everything together, because there was that one recurring theme throughout the whole film, and the way that they did it, how like each part of the film was named after, I think, the horses or whatever. That shit was dope, bro.
No,
like and like the way that they did, like they tied the monkey to the fucking other shit. It was Jordan Peele has a real.
Try not to spoil.
But Jordan Peele has a real talent, I think, for like pulling those psychological and emotional strings when it comes to like horror, because it's never really just like pop up horror, like jump scare type shit. It's always that psychological, like throughout the whole movie. Right. I'm questioning myself, like what is,
and that's what I really enjoyed about his Twilight Zone, when he was like directing the Twilight Zone. Bro.
I never saw that.
Jordan Peele, please bring that back, bro. Whoever's on that, bro, please bring that back, because that Twilight Zone series, like his own, you know what I'm saying, edition of Twilight Zone.
Well, I really like how it felt like he was just making a movie, right? Yeah. Even though he does have his like social kind of points you can pick up on, more so it felt like he just had an idea for this type of movie that he wanted to get off, right? Yeah. As opposed to like Us or Get Out. It felt like he had like an agenda. Not an agenda in the negative sense, but like these. I actually want to make these points. This is less about the horror movie and more about these like social topics I want to tackle. For sure. And I think Nope was him.
I feel that the same thing.
I like how on Nope he got away from that and he proved like like I could just make a fire movie too. There are little things you could pick up on, but like for the most part, I just made you a crazy ass movie.
Horror film.
Do y'all think along the years, like as the years go by, and with these single like with all these movies that he's put out, Get Out, Us, and Nope. Do y'all think it's gonna form into like a consensus or some shit? Do you think that's
like a cinematic universe kind of
like that? Yeah.
He said he already said the movie. He already said the movies aren't connected though.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think
he's
like
there's a bigger message.
I think he's just gonna be like. I think he's just gonna be like one of those directors that go down at the end of it, like a Kubrick or like a Scorsese or like a what's buddy's name? Fincher, David Fincher. That did like Fight Club, Alien, Gone Girl, like directors that when you hear their name, you know what the movie gonna look like.
Right.
Type shit.
Like if it's a good Scorsese movie, it usually has a narrator and it's partly biographical. Like,
who's the director of Dark Knight? Christopher Nolan. Yeah,
he's another one.
Oh my god! My personal favorite.
When you hear Christopher Nolan, you kind of know what the movie gonna feel like.
That's because Christopher Nolan ain't directed. You talking about the new Batman?
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of it.
Dark Knight is Dark
crazy.
Knight.
I love the new Batman.
But going back to what you were saying,
but I love Tenet though. Tenet was fire.
Tenet was fire. Tenet was fire.
And his new one's gonna be dope too. Oppenheimer, the trailer.
From the guy that made the first like nuke or whatever, whoever that guy is. Yeah, that movie's gonna be dope.
Oppenheimer is.
I saw the trailer when I went to go see Nope.
He's like the father of the atomic bomb.
Yeah,
Christopher Nolan is a fire director.
If a nuke don't go off in the movie though, I'm walking out. I don't want to see a lot of long dialogue. You got to get if it's gonna be a lot of long scientific dialogue.
You know it's gonna be that though.
Getting the nuke approved, which will be wildly entertaining, I'm sure. Like something got to go boom.
Yeah.
It's a movie about the man that made the nuke. Like,
look,
I gotta see the
is
nuke
it Christopher Nolan or is it Michael Bay, man?
And I want it to be cinematic as fuck, bro. I want the
Michael Bay. You got to go to Michael Bay. Then Michael Bay.
Michael Bay gonna make some shit.
Hey, I'm not gonna hold you. So I was in New Orleans, right, and I went to the World War II museum. And they had this like little just to like kill some time before my battle, right? I think my battle was the next day, so I had an extra day. I'm gonna go to the World War II museum, and they had this like little walkthrough movie kind of thing, right? But then you sit down, and they had this like it was like set pieces that came up, but then there was a video too. But bro, they dropped the nuke right when they get to like 45, and when the nuke drops, and that shit was so crazy, bro. Like it was this. They flashed this crazy ass light where like I damn near went blind for a few seconds. I was like, damn, fuck. And then they played this really loud wind sounds. And they turned these fans on and shit.
You really in there,
I was like, yo, damn, Nuke had to have gone crazy with it. Like, and I want that vibe like cinematically though. Like I want that vibe like
you gotta
cinematically.
See that on 4D.
Like, and he's such a big IMAX director. I feel like he gonna have a nuke sequence in that movie that's just gonna blow minds.
No, thanks. I can see that.
Fuck.
As far as the scale of what a nuke really the fuck is.
So what are y'all? If y'all could make a prediction, what do y'all think's next for Jordan Peele?
I think he's gonna continue on with like horror, bro. But getting back to what you were saying, as far as like,
I think he might take a break for horror for one.
Exactly, I think so too. I think he might jump into another genre.
Yeah. There you go.
I think he's found his pocket. I think he's found his pocket. Yeah, absolutely.
There's actually.
I think he needs to.
I think he's gonna step off of horror for the next joint, and I think he's laid some clues. Like when Buddy and Nope.
You think he's gonna switch to comedy?
When Buddy and Nope is like, this is the one for me, right? Like I gave them theirs. This is the one for me. That's like a studio term when like directors are like, nah, I made the big budget joints for y'all. I'm gonna go do my pet passion project. Like like when what's his name from the Twilight movies just went and made Robert Pattinson, where he just made indie films for the next like 4 or 5 years because he was like, nah, I did the big budget shit. I'm gonna go do the lesser money. Get my art shit off.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get some off the wall shit.
Right.
Shit, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But hey,
I'm looking forward to it, honestly.
I am too.
He might make a romantic comedy for all we know.
Shit, I hope so, bro, because he's fucking talented for sure. But
absolutely.
Hey, man, we definitely appreciate you coming through, my boy. We genuinely appreciate you, man, for sure.
Love,
man, everybody give it up for Douzy, man, one more time. Definitely appreciate you coming through, my boy.
Hey, Douzy, you got the floor, bro. Get off with it. You know what I'm saying? Promote whatever you want to promote, bro.
Shit, bro. Trifecta's out. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Trifecta out now, man.
It's still fresh. You know what I mean? When
it's on everything?
We dropped, it's on everything.
Yeah,
we dropped it.
It's on all that.
June 30th.
June 30th, yeah, so about a month ago.
Yeah.
Right now we just working on, we in the process of getting the videos right. We're probably gonna come out with 2 videos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and from that point it's up.
All your shit's on everything?
Yeah, I'm on all platforms.
What do I search?
Tell the people to vote, man. You got the
Shit.
Hold on now.
Yeah, so there's this little thing going on in LA. It's called the Opening Act. And I'm in the top 15 right now.
Top 5.
Yeah. Like I'm in the top 5 right now. Right now I'm just getting folks to vote. You know what I mean? I'm posting it on all social media, so if y'all get the chance,
DM me that shit, bro. You already got my vote, bro.
I got you.
That's understood.
Bet. Yeah. I'm posting on the daily and stuff, so if y'all get the chance, out the time of y'all day.
Where can I follow you to see that? What's up? The Twitter? What's
Instagram, Twitter, everywhere.
What's the
under at Lil Douzy, LILDOUZY.
Sure.
Yeah, it's all the same social media platforms. So,
sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, if y'all go ahead and tap in with that, that's that. As far as for what's to come after that, I do have a little EP coming up October 31st, Halloween season.
Yes, sir. Let's get it, man.
Spooky.
Hey, man, before we... I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Getting into that's just going to be more, you know what I mean? You already got an idea, like, it's scary hours and shit, but this is... This one I get more into the topic, into,
That's the one I can't wait for.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like I'm actually getting into, the past shit, but like I'm getting real deep. You know what I mean? I'm popping my shit. Like
there you go.
Folks actually,
I like it.
folks hear me on the on the singing shit, but they don't know this side of Douzy. So so when they get this, they gonna I'm
New
make y'all
Toronto,
think.
Facts. Big facts.
Real.
Yeah, I can't wait for that
dropping
shit,
some
bro.
of the songs I'm thinking of, man.
Fire.
Boy.
Yeah.
Hey,
hear this shit.
the freaking vocals and shit. I'm about to get that shit sent to Sam, so we about to fuck some shit up. I'm telling y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all gonna love it though.
For sure. Hey, man, well, we definitely appreciate you coming through, man. Before we get out of here, man, y'all make sure y'all slap a like on the video, hit subscribe.
Absolutely.
We definitely appreciate y'all tuning in, man. More content coming soon, man. And shout out to Lil Douzy for stopping by, man.
Yes, sir.
We'll catch y'all next week, man. Y'all be easy.
Much love.
Peace, man.
Deuces.